Dangerous part of the world, there are rising tensions that could threaten the fragile peace. To head off any new trouble, the U.S. has sent almost 2,000 soldiers from Fort Hood to Kuwait. Channel 8 reporter Bill Brown and photographer Jim Tapley have been in the desert with the troops, and tonight they begin a special series, Unfinished Business.
In the silence of the desert, the gentle birth of a new day. A small bright ember grows into the rosy circle of the morning sun. It is not yet 5 o'clock as first sound breaks the quiet dawn. And 8,000 miles from home, Texas soldiers begin another day. This is Kuwait, freed by some of these men and women from the grip of the Iraqis just over a year and a half ago. A lot of the soldiers fought in the Persian Gulf War, now sooner than they expected because of rising tensions. They've been ordered back in. Photographer Jim Tapley and I are living in the desert with them.
We're moving on the Demon flank to Ice Black 6. Have you tied in with the Demon element?
Led by the Americans, the Allied forces here scored a quick, powerful victory and had the Iraqis on the run. But then President Bush chose to stop the fighting and leave Saddam Hussein in power. Some call that a big mistake. Lately, the Iraqi leader has been making new threats. Now, U.S. forces are back here, and it looks as if they'll stay.
I think this time it will end it for good. This time I think Saddam would just be knocked out of office permanently.
These are the first major war games since the end of the war. 2,400 American troops are here, working with about 1,000 soldiers of the Kuwaiti Army.
Thank you.
Almost 1,600 of the U.S. soldiers are from Fort Hood, Texas, with the 1st Cavalry Division and the 13th Corps Support Command. This exercise was planned some time ago, but after the Iraqis harassed UN weapons inspectors and once again started calling Kuwait their 19th province, the Kuwaitis asked the U.S. to send the troops in early. One diplomat said, "This is a message to Saddam. We're showing the flag." While some have suggested this can't hurt a U.S. president in trouble at election time, President Bush says he's doing it to warn Saddam not to try anything new. Sergeant Andrew Hill commands a Bradley fighting vehicle. He fought in the biggest tank battle of the Gulf War. No doubt, he says, Saddam is watching.
It'll make him think twice about it. It definitely will. Because if he coming here, he's going to be maybe injuring American soldiers or killing them also. So that's a big threat. I mean, we've already taken him out once, so I don't think he want to go through that again.
I don't think Saddam would be that dumb to try anything.
Especially with the U.S. Army and you guys back in here?
Yes, sir.
Overhead, American Navy A-6 fighter bombers flash by. They're enforcing the U.S.-imposed no-fly zone aimed at stopping Iraqi air attacks on Shiite Muslims in southern Iraq. The Texas troops stand ready to meet any trouble on the ground. So far, though, the Iraqis have been cautious. They've kept their aircraft and their soldiers well out of the way. It's tough out here, but after weeks in this bleak land, the troopers say they're getting used to it, and every day becoming better desert fighters. Bill Brown, Channel 8 News in Kuwait.
The soldiers from Fort Hood